Today we're making chicken tikka masala meal prep. It's incredibly high in protein, 57 grams per portion and 687 calories. All of the ingredients are laid out in front of me. There really isn't too much to it. We just need to piece it all together to get those beautiful flavors to come out. Also, a huge thank you to Our Place for sponsoring today's video. We're going to be using their new titanium Always Pro set. These are incredible pots and pans. They look fantastic. They're built for that Michelin star kitchen, so you can have them right at your home. Now for this recipe, we're using boneless and skinless chicken thigh, 1 kilo or 2.2 pounds, and what we want to do is slice it in half lengthways and then dice into bite-sized pieces, being as consistent as possible with the sizes. Garlic and ginger are being used twice in this recipe, so we might as well do it all at once. What we have here is 10 grams or 0.3 ounces of ginger and 6 cloves of garlic that can be grated into a paste, and the other half is 2 cloves of garlic as well as the same size ginger, and just make sure you separate them. Into a bowl of the chicken, we'll add the 6 cloves of garlic and ginger, 2 teaspoons of Kashmiri chili powder, 1 teaspoon of ground turmeric, 1 teaspoon of Garam Masala, half a cup or 130 grams of high protein or regular natural Greek yogurt. You can use either or even a little mix of both. For some acidity, we're going to use half of a lemon, just make sure that there's no seeds in there and squeeze in the juice. Season generously with some salt and then hit it up with a little bit of cracked black pepper, about 20 cracks worth. With that all in, mix it all around, and I recommend using a spatula right now because you don't want turmeric to stain your hands. Make sure everything is evenly combined, well mixed through, and this can marinate for a minimum of 30 minutes up to 48 hours. Now with our gravy or sauce, we're going to need 1 brown or yellow onion on the larger side. Take off both ends, slice it in half, and then peel it. In the half moon position, make thin slices the whole way across, and when you get about 2/3 of the way through, lay it flat and we can continue slicing safely. Next is 1 red bell pepper or capsicum, and there's a couple of different ways you can slice this. The way I like to do it is stand it up and then slice around the core. This is just going to minimize having seeds everywhere. You can also slice it directly in half, but it is a lot more cleanup. Once you have that done, clean up any remaining pith and seeds that may be left in there, and we're going to slice these into thin strips. I will also say, if you don't like this, you do not have to use it. I'm using 15 grams or 0.5 ounces of coriander or cilantro, and we're going to split this and use it for the rice and our curry sauce. Roughly chop it, making sure that there's no large leaves or stems, and again, just like the bell pepper, if you don't like it, you do not have to use it. Now what I have in front of me is the Titanium Pro range from Our Place. These are incredible pots and pans, and not only do they look good, they perform extremely well too. On my left here, I've got the Mini Titanium Always Pan Pro. Then we got the Titanium Perfect Pot Pro. We also have the Titanium Always Pan Pro, and then the Mini Titanium Perfect Pot Pro. Unlike other non-stick pans, this doesn't contain any of those forever chemicals, which is like PFAs, PFOAs, and PTFEs. It's also constructed and not coated, so you can put metal utensils on it, you can put it in the dishwasher, it's oven safe. It's not gonna peel off over time because it is actually constructed into the pan. These pans also combine all of the strengths of stainless steel, cast iron, and non-stick without any of their weaknesses. And you'll have a little bit of peace of mind knowing there's no forever chemicals in there, so you can cook safer and healthier. The key benefits of these pans is the game-changing titanium cookware that combines the searing power of stainless steel and has a virtually indestructible non-stick performance. Be sure to use Chef Jack 10 in the checkout for 10% off. These are incredible pans. I absolutely love them. They look beautiful, they look perfect in the kitchen, and I can't wait for you guys to enjoy them yourself. Now for the chicken, I'm using the Titanium Always Pan Pro, placing it over a high heat and adding 1 tablespoon or 20 milliliters of peanut oil. Then with our chicken, add in half, and we really want to do this in batches to avoid overcrowding the pan. And what we're looking for in this chicken is just to get some color, get some nice golden crust and a little bit of charred edges. And this will take roughly about 5 minutes. It's not going to completely cook the chicken through, and that is not what we want to do here. We are solely going for that color. One thing I do recommend is not to move the chicken around too much. Let it sit, let it build up that crust and color, because if we move it around too much, it's not going to gain a whole lot. Once that's achieved, we can remove it, place it into a bowl or a plate, place that pan back over a high heat. No need to add any extra oil, and then repeat with that remaining batch. Now for our curry, we'll place the Titanium Perfect Pot Pro over a medium-high heat, adding 2 tablespoons or 28 grams of clarified butter or ghee. Add in the onion, the bell pepper or capsicum, and a pinch of salt, and fry this off for about 5 to 6 minutes or until the vegetables are translucent and those peppers have softened up. If you find that it's gaining too much color too quickly, just slightly turn the heat down. Add in the 2 cloves of garlic as well as the 10 grams or 0.3 ounces of garlic and ginger paste. Mix this all around, making sure that it's not clumped up, and cook this for about 1 minute. Add in 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds, 1.5 tablespoons of garam masala, half a teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder, as well as 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, and 1 tablespoon of ground coriander. Mix it all together really well and cook this for about 30 to 45 seconds, making sure everything is coated. 300 grams or 10.5 ounces of tomato paste might seem like a lot, but please do trust me on this one, it brings out a really great depth of flavour. Turn the pan down to medium and cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes to bring out the natural oils within. And like I said, this creates a really nice depth, it adds body to the dish and just creates a really nice rich sauce. At this point, increase the heat back to medium-high and add the chicken that we seared off at the beginning back in, along with any of those resting juices. Add in 150 grams or 5.5 ounces of high protein or regular natural Greek yogurt. Then mix it all together, make sure everything's combined, make sure all of those flavors have become friends. We want to bring this up to a very light simmer. All up, this process will take about 2 minutes. Add in 300 milliliters or 10.5 ounces of chicken stock and a nice pinch of salt. Then all we need to do is mix this all together, bring it back up to a boil and then reduce the heat to low, leave it uncovered and cook this for about 25 to 30 minutes for that chicken to cook through and for our gravy to thicken up. For our rice, I'm using the Titanium Mini Perfect Pot Pro, add in 300 grams of washed basmati rice, 550 milliliters of chicken stock, 1.5 teaspoons or 6 grams of ground turmeric and a pinch of salt. Place it over a high heat, give it a quick mix to allow the turmeric to do its thing and to prevent any clumps and then bring this up to a boil. Reduce the heat to low, place on a lid and we're going to cook this for 12 minutes undisturbed. Then turn off the heat, leave the lid on for final 4 minutes. Add in 5 grams or 0.2 ounces of the coriander or cilantro that we chopped up at the beginning, and then mix it all together with a fork or a spatula. This will create a really nice soft fluffy rice and you'll have something that looks like this that we can pop aside for the time being until we're ready to serve. Going back to the curry, this has been simmering away for 30 minutes, the chicken is extremely tender and that gravy's thickened up really nicely. I'm adding in 200 milliliters or 7 fluid ounces of thickened cream and that remaining coriander or cilantro, then mix it all together and cook this for a final 2 minutes for those flavors to become friends. You don't have to use the cream if you don't want to, or you could add a little bit less, but I have included the amount that I've used in the final macro card. Check and adjust any remaining seasoning and then remove from the stovetop. As for serving up, I'm using 5 750 milliliter containers. As you can see, the weights for each ingredient are on screen. And it is optional to store these together, you can store them separately if you prefer to. Hit it up with a little bit more coriander or cilantro, you can do this when you've reheated it. And this right here is our complete dish, the Chicken Tikka Masala and turmeric rice, and these macros are for a single portion. Once you have the lids on, these will last 3 days in the fridge and 4 months in the freezer. If you have them frozen, allow them to thaw overnight, and the best way to reheat them is put them back in a pan, just over a medium heat. You can add a splash of stock or cream to rehydrate. And it's okay to mix the rice through as well if you like to mix it, or you can separate the curry and the rice and then just heat them up separately. That choice is all yours. With that all said and done, there is only one thing left to do, and that is we can then dig in.
So good. So good.
I highly recommend giving this one a try. The flavors are fantastic and it's super easy to put together. And a massive thank you again to Our Place for sponsoring this video, as well as yourselves. A huge thank you, because this stuff wouldn't happen without all of your support, and I really do appreciate it. And don't forget to use Chef Jack 10 in the checkout for 10% off. Thanks for watching.